Z Media and Fightbook MMA here today. I got a special guest, Derrick. Give him Hal Mandell. He's the current champion for the King of the Cage flyweight division. All the way coming from Michigan, right here on Skype. It's Michigan, correct?
Yep, Michigan.
How's it going, man?
Good, awesome.
You got a fight coming up pretty soon in December 18th at the Citizens Bank Arena in Ontario, California, correct?
Yep. And about 2.5 weeks away.
How do you feel?
I feel really good. Yep, I'm ready and been training hard.
Did you miss Thanksgiving by any chance? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
I celebrated it. I had to watch what I eat, and of course I couldn't pick out on stuffing and mashed potatoes like I usually do, but you know, I eat a lot of turkey still.
That's good. Get that lean protein in your system.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Stay away from like pumpkin pie or apple pie.
Yep.
I mean,
I couldn't go to the dessert table.
Yeah. Stay away from the carbs for right now, huh?
Yeah.
So you just got out of the gym, correct?
Yep. Just got done training here a little bit ago.
Sweet. So you're an instructor as well?
Yeah, I teach at Michigan Top Team and Stars and Strikes once in a while.
Okay. How long have you been training in MMA?
I've been wrestling most of my life, but I've been training in mixed martial arts since 2009, so about 7 years now.
Okay, so you do catch wrestling as well, or just collegiate?
I did a lot of catch wrestling, some collegiate, some freestyle, a little bit of everything while I was growing up.
So you went to the tournaments for CFI, I believe, or something?
Mostly high school tournaments.
Okay. As learning wrestling now, how does that affect your ground game?
Well, the biggest thing with wrestling, I think for mixed martial arts, is it helps me dictate where the fight is, whether if I want it standing up on the ground. That's the biggest advantage of having a strong wrestling base, is being able to dictate where the fight is going and the pace of it too.
Do you always feel like with your opponents that you're ready? Do you like watch videos of them before you fight or anything, or do you know anything about them or like study?
Somewhat. I don't do much research. My coaches mainly do it, and then they pretty much just tell me what to work on, and we go when we're training. We kind of work on different things for the fighter, but I don't do much research. I kind of train for every fighter the same exact way. You know, I don't try to overthink it or really dictate what I'm doing based on what they're doing. Because when I go in there, I try to put on what I want to do. I set the pace.
That's good, man. So, what or who got you into MMA?
So wrestling my whole life definitely led up to being in MMA. But my high school wrestling coach, John McCurdy,
okay,
he fought a couple times as an amateur. And when I was done wrestling, he invited me to his gym, and I started doing a little bit here and there with him, just hitting the bag and going over striking and just putting it all together. And I started liking it a lot. I started adapting my wrestling style into an MMA style, and ever since he showed me it, and then he got me into Stars and Strikes, which was where I started training as an amateur, and ever since then, I fell in love with it.
And right now you're fighting out of Top Gear?
Michigan Top Team. I train at Michigan Top Team and Stars and Strikes, so okay. Kind of both.
All right, sorry about that for a second.
No problem.
So we got over like how long you've been training. How many other professional fighters are at Stars and Strikes gym, and how many fight out of that gym that you know of?
So at Stars and Strikes, we got 3 other professionals, and then we got a couple of amateurs that are about to go pro. And then over at Michigan Top Team, we have about 10 other professional fighters over there.
And Michigan Top Team, that's the one that you fully train probably the most also out of?
Yeah, it's Derrick Kirkshank.
Okay.
He trains there. He's the owner there. And then we do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of my work over there with Kara Rowe and the main instructors there.
That's cool, man. they kind of have like that brotherly bond when you're training with these guys, right? You know, it's like another, like a family bond that you guys have together. Am I right? Or
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's definitely like a family bond when you're in there. When you're at the gym every day together, sweating together, watching each other go through these fight camps.
Yeah.
You know, it's a grind. Watching them cut down weight, seeing people fluctuate from the weight cut, from getting in there and training together, even when you don't want to. You know, it's that grind that really brings you closer together and makes it a family atmosphere.
That's good, man. I mean, that to have that relationship with that person or persons, you know, it unifies the team together into being one unit instead of multiple individuals, you know. And
Yeah, definitely. When it's
It's right there.
dude, just
Okay, go.
and we're back. There was a little technical difficulty. We'll edit that shit out after. There's always something that happens, no matter what, dude.
Yeah.
everything.
Dude, I kid you not. I had set everything up. I've had this prepared since like 9 o'clock in the morning, my time. Everything ready, you know, and
Yeah, I know how that works, man.
testing the Skype. I even have it connected to an Ethernet cable to make sure it's running smooth.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, man. The question I was gonna, and we'll go back from that. Well, after we edit. What other sports that you do right now?
So when I was growing up, I did every sport. You know, I played basketball, even though I'm short.
Okay.
Still fun. I did a lot of soccer, and my main sport when I was growing up is hockey, and I still play hockey to this day. And you know, that was my bread and butter. That's what I love to do. I still get together with my. I played on the high school team at Crestwood, and we still get together and play. It's called beer league, and we play some drop in. Still play pretty competitive. Not as competitive, but still a lot of fun. We still have our team together.
Do you have a favorite hockey team from the NHL?
What was that?
What's your favorite hockey team from the NHL?
It's definitely Detroit Red Wings.
Okay.
Always been a Red Wings fan.
They're pretty popular. We were talking about the Mighty Ducks on our last episode of our podcast. That had to do with the whole fact that it's the only sport that's became a cartoon / movie at the same time that we could think of. You know, that's originally started from a cartoon. You know, like
Yeah, the movie.
well, yeah, the movie itself, and then the Mighty Ducks cartoon. I don't even know if you remember that.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not too familiar with the cartoon.
Yeah, they were actual ducks. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had like powers and stuff. It was weird.
Is it there?
Look it up when you get a chance, man. You got nothing else to do. We're roughly around the same age. You know, I had it come
Yeah.
out around.
That's actually funny that you say that because when I was younger, my favorite player was Paul Correa.
Okay. And now today, it's like, man, you still. So what made you change liking him now to from today of the same team? Obviously, it's no longer with the.
What was that?
You know how he's like from the Ducks, correct?
Yeah. I always liked Paul Correa. I think just because of his speed and just the way he played, just the way I like him. I was always a Detroit fan, though.
Okay. Have you ever been to any of the games?
Oh, yeah. I go to as many as I can. This year I've been to, I think, four games so far. They've been going up and down.
How does that feel when you know your team has a good winning streak going on? You know, leading into what they have with the Stanley Cup, correct?
Yeah, it's good. Well, it's really cool because this year's I don't know if you know the last year at the Joe, and then they're going to the new stadium next year, so it's kind of a big deal this year.
To finish it off and everything and go strong.
Yeah. So hopefully they can finish off doing good. But I think they lost their first 2 games and they went on like a six win streak and then a 6 losing streak. So it's been a wild season so far.
Have you ever been to any other sports like football or soccer or anything like that? Like stadium?
Yeah, I go to a couple football games. Mainly, my favorite sports to watch though are basketball and hockey, just because it's high paced. There's always action going on. You know, I go to these some baseball games and football games. You know, I sit there and fall asleep.
That's how I feel sometimes watching it. To be honest. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I guess during the time when it's like, for instance, like the World Series or the NBA Finals, that's probably the most excitement you're going to get out of it because both teams want to win. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
but I guess like for instance like the Super Bowl, it's more that community thing where everyone gets all together and wants to hang out, eat together. Even if you're not really a football fan, just hang out and watch it and eat together at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good. It's like a social event, you know.
Yeah.
Get everyone together, have a good time, eat some food.
Did you know the best time to get a TV is after the Super Bowl?
Really, after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because a lot of people purchase TVs for the Super Bowl and then they return them back.
I return them.
Yeah, so then it's the best time to get one.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So it was Black Friday and thinking that's pretty cool, but best time is after the Super Bowl to get a TV.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I found out about that, I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, well, now I know next time. This was after I had already got my TV myself. Back to the intimate questions. Sorry about that, man. Well, I think that kind of. Did you make it into state in your amateur wrestling career?
Yeah, my senior year I went to states. Actually, lost in the. I went 2 and out at states, but yeah, like wrestling. Up until my junior year, like I said, hockey was my main sport.
Yeah.
So like I still wrestled my freshman and sophomore year of high school, but I'd skip some practices and skip some meets to go to my hockey games. And then in my junior and senior year, I started getting a lot more serious into wrestling, and I started picking that up as my main sport, and I started going back and forth. I started skipping the hockey for the wrestling. So.
And you could get a scholarship with wrestling quicker than hockey, correct?
What was that?
A scholarship with wrestling, it's a lot easier than with hockey or any other sports. That's what
I think so. I mean, I'm not too familiar with it, but I definitely guess hockey's really hard to get into.
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard is that wrestling makes it a lot easier to get into a scholarship. You know, that's when I was in high school. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I'd say that probably.
So, what are your hobbies? Do you have anything else that you do besides, playing hockey and training, to kick people's asses for a living,
Yeah, mainly, training and working takes up a ton of time. But outside of that, like I said, I love playing hockey. Any chance I can get to go play some drop-in hockey, I love doing that. And just hanging out with friends, watching movies. I'm a big movie guy. The Harry Potter movies are my favorite.
Oh, I was Harry Potter for Halloween one year.
The new movie that just came out, Fantastic Beasts and Where They Can Be Found.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, so you already seen it?
Yeah.
I have been waiting to see that movie.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
I thought it was really good.
Are you going to watch Rogue One when it comes out? Are you a Star Wars fan or no?
Yeah, somewhat. I've seen them all. I'm not too big into it, but I definitely like them. I definitely want to follow it. I seen the first one that came out, so I'm definitely gonna watch the rest of them.
Are you talking about A New Hope, or are you talking about?
Yeah, the newer.
Oh, no, Force Awakens, the newer one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Supposedly, with Rogue One, that one's gonna be in between Episode 3 and Episode 4. So I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean.
My favorite were the prequels, actually.
Which one out of the prequels? Because we're gonna add that into the next podcast episode. We're supposed we're gonna do a Star Wars countdown.
What's the name of them? The one
there's Phantom Menace.
The one where he's protecting Princess Leia.
That's
her name?
That's A New Hope. That's the actual. Those are the original ones. You got the first one. It's Phantom Menace. The second one's Attack of the Clones. The third one's Revenge of the Sith. The fourth one is A New Hope with Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi, which was the last one of the.
Okay.
And then you got Force Awakens after that one that just recently came out. I'm
sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with them. I've watched them all. I like them, but
my nerd is showing. I apologize.
No problem.
So, who is your all-time favorite MMA fighter?
I'd probably have to say Sean Shirk. Just the way he's built, the way he fought. I love how explosive he was. His ground and pound was never boring.
Yeah.
Like when he took people down, he'd ready to try to posture up and lay down some some heavy blows. And then when I started MMA, he's definitely one of my favorites and somebody I looked up to when I started getting into it.
And now, do you utilize some of that in your fights as well? Because I was watching videos of your fights, man, and it was all what I've seen. There was a lot that went on. Some of it was standing up, some of it was on the ground.
Yeah, well, my last couple of fights have been a lot of stand up.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the stand up. Like if you've seen the fight, I fought Josh Robinson in 2015, and I lost a split decision against him. And after that loss, I took a year off, and I started training with my boxing coach, and I started working a lot on my striking, and I improved it a lot. I started getting a lot more confident with it, and it's definitely I much rather stand up, and I'd rather stand and strike with people and try to knock people out. I think it's a lot more exciting. It's more fun for the fans, and when I'm sitting at home and I'm watching and I rewatch my fights,
yeah,
I don't like if I'm not when I'm on the ground, if I'm not posturing up and looking to end the fight, it's boring. I'm trying to fast forward through it, so I definitely want to be a fan pleaser,
Yes, and that's good, man, because today's MMA fans, as it's becoming more popular and more accepted around the United States, and surprisingly enough, it's still not accepted in Ireland. They don't think it as a real sport. Even though like the Irish fans are freaking nuts over there because of McGregor.
Yeah.
What's cool about that is that you need that entertainment portion of that. You need to bring that out there. I mean, because there's a dime a dozen MMA fighters. That's why it's important to do that. I mean, it's the sad truth. You know what I mean? It sucks to say that, but it's important.
Yeah, you gotta look for those highlight reel knockouts, that flashy stuff. We're entertainers.
Yes.
Entertain.
Yeah. I mean, the way how things are kind of changing, you can see it. It's not just one MMA organization. It's all of them. I like to watch World Series of Fighting when I get a chance. Or Bellator whenever that comes on as well. And the difference in it, you see, like for instance, King Mo. King Mo is an entertainer. And that's what I like about him. He's not just as a fighter and what he does. He freaking entertains. Everyone knows now with UFC being as popular as it is. You got McGregor, the trash talker and stuff like that. Do you see yourself trash talking more to your opponents, or let them trash talk to you, and then let the fighting speak for itself?
I'm not a big trash talker. I'll state what I want to say and I'll make it clear, but I wouldn't really see myself trash talking so much. When somebody fires at me, of course, I'm going to defend myself and I'll fire some words back. But I do my I let the action do the. I let my talking come out in the ring when
with your striking, your fist speaks for you.
Yep, definitely.
That's pretty cool, man. There's a question I wanted to ask you about this. Who is your least favorite MMA fighter?
I can't really say I have a least. Well, probably Juan Archuleta right now since he's my opponent. But I respect everyone that gets in there. Everyone that gets in there puts it all out on the line. You're standing in front of a huge crowd, and it takes a lot to get in there. So I can't really say I have a least favorite fighter.
Except for your opponent right now.
Yeah.
You guys heard it first here, man.
Juan Archuleta is my least favorite fighter right now.
How do you feel about that? Now that we're talking about him, how do you feel that he already has 2 other titles in 2 other divisions, coming for your title that you worked so hard for to get and unify? How does that make you feel right now?
Oh, excited. I couldn't ask for a better fight. I told Keenan in the cage, I want to fight the best. I want to, you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. You want to make it to the next level, you gotta prove that you're ready for that next level.
Yeah.
So all my fights in 2016 have been all against top-ranked guys. I fought Ben Pierre, which he was 12-2 when I fought him, or 12-3, something like that.
Okay.
I fought the 125-pound champ, and I just fought Ruben Duran, the 35-pound champ, and now I'm fighting Juan Archuleta, the 145 and 55-pound champ. So, I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't ask for a better fight.
Now, King of the Cage, they're not going to strip him of any of the titles? I mean, they're just going to let him hold the 2 that he has already?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, but he's a pretty active fighter. He has to defend it, though, correct?
Yeah. I'd say so, but I'm not really sure exactly what they have worked out or
So
how that worked for them.
after this fight, what do you plan on doing? Do you plan on like getting some much needed rest, cryotherapy, eating a burger, somewhere?
You know, I'll probably get a pizza right after.
Nice.
That's the thing that I miss the most when I'm weight cutting. So I actually follow. You ever hear of Nutrisystem.com?
Nutrisystem? I've heard of it, never tried it.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing that for my last couple of cuts, and it's made my weight cut so much easier. But it's proportioned, so you can't. So I never feel full. It's like you got to go to bed feeling hungry. So I want to stuff up on some pizza right after my fight.
Okay, man. Any kind of particular pizza? Supreme, pineapples and Canadian bacon, sausage, meat lovers. What
I
stuff?
always do with Hungry Howard's meat lover.
Okay, man. That's good. I mean, any particular pizza joints that you like to go to, local or non?
Hungry Howard's is one of my favorites.
Okay, that's somewhere out where you're at.
Yeah. I don't know if where they're all at, but yeah, Hungry Howard's is a pretty big one here.
Well, over here we just have the Domino's and like Pizza Hut, the bigger chains. Unless you go somewhere further out, like Pizza Pirate. That's one place that has like.
You guys have Papa John's out there?
Of course. That's probably like the best pizza out there.
That's always good too.
Yeah. That's probably like the best pizza out there, man.
Okay.
Hopefully I see you. And you get a chance to see you over there at the King of the Cage.
Yeah, you're gonna be at the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to cover the event for Fight Book MMA. So,
okay, yeah, definitely have to try to meet up with you or something.
Yeah,
in person.
Hopefully I get like a cage snipe because I'm gonna do like some photography for them. So that's the part. That's what I'm gonna be doing on that side. But yeah, we could catch up, whatever. Maybe hopefully if you win, have a beer right after.
Definitely. Sounds awesome.
I don't like to wish you good luck because I don't think you need the luck. You know what I mean? You have it already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talent. I got a good question to ask you on this one, and the reason why is because I know a particular fighter who was going to sign for King of the Cage, but they didn't. So my question for this one: how many fights are you obligated under contract right now to fight for King of the Cage?
Right now, I'm signed up for 2 more fights. So this one and then 1 more after that is what I have going on right now.
Okay. So after that, are you going to renew, or you might look for other things like World Series, Bellator? Well, are you Hispanic as well?
Me?
Yeah. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Because you know how they have now Combates Americas.
No, I'm not sure. What's that?
Combates Americas. It's a Latin MMA organization.
Okay.
One of the owners from the UFC, the original owners, he's before the Zuffa brothers bought it over. He started the company, and the president is actually Alberto Del Rio. He's a professional wrestler who used to wrestle for Lucha Underground, WWE, and all this other stuff. But now he's basically in the role of what Dana White does today.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on Fight Pass, and they're also on NBC. That's what they're broadcast on. So I mean, it's just a little more wide, different and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
How does it feel fighting against a crowd like that? That's from a bigger crowd now than how it was back then when you first started fighting, like in your amateur fights.
It's definitely, it definitely gets your blood pumping. It definitely gets you a little nerve wracking, and it's always exciting. But once you're in there, once you tap gloves, and once you start fighting, everything else just disappears. I don't even really realize people are watching. I don't really realize what's going on around me. I'm just listening in my corner, focusing on the fight, and doing my thing in there.
That's cool, man. So that for that being that's said right there, it's just pretty much You're just trying to keep your head in the game, correct?
Yeah, just staying focused, just focusing on the task at hand.
I'm sorry, dude. I kind of get a little nervous when I'm doing these interviews. I don't know why, so I'm just being straightforward right now.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm going to make myself look like a fool or something.